Hello, you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Let me move back. Move back. Oh! My name is Christabel, the original Power Ranger princess. But on this channel, I'm Princess Power Ranger. Now, I'm really trying to get into a habit of making videos more consistently, but my God, with everything that's been happening with the news, with everything that's been happening in the world, I've honestly needed I've needed to take time off. I've needed to sort of process my thoughts, process my feelings, and just make sure that, I'm in a good mental space before I jump out onto the wild, wild internet. So, when I started making, stop it. When I started making videos, I initially started just talking about my everyday experiences, and a big part of that was dating as a transgender woman. So we're gonna get a dating video. I kind of feel like Dion from Clueless, just with this whole outfit, like that. I'm having my Dion moment. So, I've been living in Thailand for a year and a half, and as a trans woman, a lot of people who think of Thailand, they think of the Katoi, the Lady Boy, all of the shows. Everybody thinks of, Thailand being very open towards trans people. And I can honestly say, in my own personal experience, I'll just give you an example. When I'm on Tinder, or Bumble, or Thai Friendly, or whatever it is, there are almost no profiles that say no transgenders or no ladyboys. Even, and this is crazy, even the guys who date girls, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because they're on holiday girl or what is going on. Basically, yeah, they'll, it doesn't bother them that you have a dick. I've only had, maybe, I think in the year and a half that I've lived here, I've only ever had online interactions where guys were like, I don't date trans. Maybe 3, but there are 2 that I can really think of. So in terms of that, it's never really an issue. I'll never forget, I went on a date with, I didn't even know it was a date. I went on a date with another YouTuber. But I'm not telling that story. What I want to talk about is just one boy in particular. We're going to call him Alexei. And Alexei, let me describe him. He was just gorgeous, man. He was just so cute. He is from Ukraine, I think just outside of Kiev. And how I met Alexei, I came to Thailand to teach, and when you're a foreigner teaching in Thailand, you have to get your working permit. And we often do things called border runs in Thailand. So I did this border run from Chiang Mai all the way to I don't remember that name, but it was something at the border flow. And I remember when we were all traveling together, right? He was sitting right at the front of the of the car that we were all in. It was me, a Filipino girl and another British woman. And I kind of piqued him a little bit because I saw him kind of like looking at me. But I only really spoke to Alexei when we got out of the car for like a cigarette break. So I'm like sat there, I'm having like my little cigarette, and he comes and he's like standing next to me and we start talking. He was really cute, like honestly he was, but what I dislike about Thailand there are a lot of thirsty heifers that throw themselves at men in Thailand. It's I call them the human condoms in action. And because there are so many like loose women in Thailand who literally are aggressive when they go after men, I tend to be like, with my interactions with guys, I'm very much, I don't hunt. I do not hunt. I may be from Africa, but I don't hunt. So we start talking and stuff, and yeah, we get back in the car, and when we get to Lao, we had to take a bus to the town that we were going to. And this is when him and I really started getting to talk and stuff. Everyone in that bus was talking. We were all interacting. But when we got to the hotel, I checked into my room, he checked into his, and Alexei suggested that we explore, the city of I still don't know what the name of that city is. I'm just saying words that mean nothing. So, yeah, like, we decided to go and explore. I'll post pictures. I'll post pictures of myself so you guys can see. But yeah, like, he was just really, really sweet, I think. But given the fact that, his country was going what it was going through and is still going through it, he had a lot of, like, anxiety, and he was just going through a lot of stuff, and he had this chip on his shoulder. Now, if you know anything about people from the former Soviet Union, people from Russia, Kazakhstan, Lithuania, Estonia, Belarus, Russia, all them places, you know that the guys can be extremely homophobic, extremely transphobic, to the point of it being unhinged, where they will, like, unalive you. And they're also known, that part of the world is known to having some of the most, the more aggressive of the racists. So, obviously, when I was hanging out with him, there was this degree of trepidation, Now, for me, it had not yet been established if he liked me. We were just talking. We were literally just talking, and I think this is where the lines always get crossed. People often say to trans women, you have a responsibility to tell the person that you're talking to that you're transgender. My thing is, I haven't even decided if I want to date him. I think it almost putting a trans woman in that situation sometimes, it almost, for me, it seems like when you tell a guy that you just said 2 or 3 sentences to, that, oh, by the way, I have a secret, I have a dick down there. For me, it gives the impression that you are sexually pursuing him. You assume that if he's okay with it, it'll automatically be spicy time. And for me, I'm like just talking to Alexei. He might be cute, but I'm not sure if he's even gonna get me. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, we end up drinking, and this is when he gets flirtatious. But the thing is, he would say sweet things and then say something idiotic that would make me feel like, you know what? Well, the first idiotic thing he said, we're drinking right. And now, he's never... Actually, I think I was his first black person. I was his first person of color. So he kept looking at me and smiling, and he was like, I wonder what it would be like to have a black girlfriend. Like, will I be able to see you at night? And then he did the hyena laugh. You know the hyena laugh. The, ah! And I'm like, I'm sure you would... Who said I was going to be your girlfriend? Let's start there. But I digress. Yeah, like, he would say weird things like that. And I think when he said that sentence, I was just kind of like, this idiot. We continue drinking, and we go back to the hotel, right? And I think I spilled something on my outfit that I was wearing, so I needed to change. And I wore, like, another outfit. So I'm very tiny, and I don't wear a bra, basically. I don't wear a bra. Like, even now, like, I'm not wearing a bra, and you can't tell, like, on, like, with what I'm wearing right now. But with the other outfit, for whatever reasons, my nipples were showing. And that was not intentional. I was not doing that for him. Sometimes I just be doing slutty things. But it wasn't for him. So I changed my outfit, and we're chilling, and he was so funny. He was so funny. It was like he couldn't control himself, but he kept, making comments about the way that I looked, and I almost felt like he was kind of like fishing, trying to reel me in and get me into some type of conversation where I would have a conversation about sex with him. And then, bitch, gag at this. He asked me, like, we're talking about, I don't know why he started talking about having an erection, but he's all like, he's horny, this, that, and the other. It's so hard, having a dick. You would know what that's like, would you? Or do you? And when he said that, I was like, voila, he's clocked my tea. Nobody would say that to anybody. Like, he knows. Or at least if he didn't know, he had suspicions. At this point, I'm like, I just finished my drink, we go to bed. He goes to bed, and then I go to my hotel room, but he kept, like, messaging me and trying to, like, knock on my hotel room. And then me being my drunken self, at some point I go to his hotel room just to make sure he's okay, because he got really sick. Anyways, well, this story is making me hot. Not really, it's just super humid in Thailand. Let me move up. So, oh my gosh, look at how I'm sweating. So I'm sweating. I'm gonna get my hair out of my freaking face, body. Anyways, oh gosh. I tell you, all of these stories when I'm with guys, they get me so hot, right? So what I remember from that night is Alexei got turned. He got sick drunk. We were drinking this Japanese, gin or something called Soldier. And if you know Soldier, you know Soldier takes you to war. Soldier. Soldier. Guys, Soldier. Anyways, so Yeah, he got really sick and I got worried about him and I checked up on him, but he was fine. I end up going to Luang Prabang, which is another town in Laos, and then I end up in Vientiane, the capital of Laos. Now, Alexei stays in the city where we were hanging out, and that was part of the reason I wasn't sure if I wanted to pursue anything with him, because A, he was saying dumb shit. B, like, I knew that I was going to be spending the rest of that trip in other cities, and he was going straight back to Chiang Mai. So I was like, look, we will exchange numbers, but we're not, nothing's happening. Cool, whatever. So we promised to hang out in, in Chiang Mai. Girl. When I get back to Thailand, I hit him up and we start talking. Now, I mentioned that he was going through some heavy stuff. I was also going through some heavy stuff. And for whatever reason, the weeks turn into months. And yeah, we just never meet up until a month ago. So we had been talking, like on WhatsApp and on another application for some time. And even though, like, he acted like an idiot the first day we met, there was this weird connection that we kind of formed together. And I don't know, like, he had a really amazing ocean eyes, and there was just this depth of emotion there. And it was that side of him that I really wanted to get to know. But like I said, everyone is busy living life, and we were both dealing with our own stuff. So about a month ago, this was before I went back to Bangkok, Alexei came over. So, ideally, I would have preferred if we had hung out, like, at the park or something. But he came over to my apartment. He brought Soldier, right? His ass brought Soldier! And I remember when he literally... When I opened the door for him and he had, the soldier in his hand, I'm like, Alexei, you will unalive. You know what soldier does to you. And he brought, some other stuff, and we had, strawberries. It was actually really, cute and whatever. And we, we smoked some weed, brought the good old bong out, and... nothing penetrative happened. There was no penetration. From what I remember, the most we did was make out. That was, the most that we did. The question about me being trans, he kind of felt Penelope. Nothing sexual happened, but he most certainly knew I had he saw it. Girl. Bruv. He saw it. Penelope's little heartbeat. I really wish I remembered how that night happened, but I know nothing penetrative happened. And I remember he left that morning, And it was, I don't know, it was weird. It was weird. But he was like my little Ukrainian. Do I regret not pursuing a relationship with him? Part of me does. Part of me does. Because regardless of how I felt about the Soviets and all of that, and Ukraine and Russia, regardless about how I felt about all of that, Alexei was himself. He wasn't any label that you could place on anyone. And the moments that I did have with him, yes, they were drunken. There was like a sweetness there. And it's so funny. There was another guy, we're gonna call him Vladimir. And Vladimir was Russian. Vladimir straight up didn't know I was trans. I had to tell Vladimir that I was trans. And he was, I don't know, Vlad with Russia, with love. Am I glad that nothing came out of that interaction with Alexei? Yes. I'm the type of person, unfortunately, and part of the reason I don't hook up is because, girl, my dick must be attached to my heart. There must be like a strand there. You know what I mean? That like prevents me from not emotionally connecting, engaging, or caring about the person that I'm having sex with. It's one of those things. I'm excited to get out of, like Chiang Mai. I'm glad that my time in Thailand has finally come, to an end. Grateful for everything that I've learned. I have so many stories to tell you guys. Yes. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm not sweating anymore, goodness. Not sweating anymore, but thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll check you out in the next one. Bye.